climate activists and pro-Palestine protesters joined together and occupied the British Museum. Why did they occupy the British Museum? Apparently to demand the museum to end its partnership with the oil giant BP. Well, the climate alarmists regard any petrol company as villains because they extract fossil fuels. But why the pro-Palestine, or in my view, pro-Hamas supporters occupy the museum? What do they have against British Petroleum? The pro-Palestinians said they occupied the British Museum because they will not allow any energy companies based in Britain fuel Israel's colonial genocide. So let's just see how BP is actually involved in Israel. Back in October last year, Israel awarded 12 licenses to 6 companies, and not just BP, to explore for natural gas off the country's Mediterranean coast, aiming to create more competition and to diversify suppliers, just like any country with good management would. The licenses would last for an initial 3 years, depending on the progress. They're just feasibility studies, really. They're enabling the license holders to first study the area and only then decide whether to continue development, whether it's going to be worth it. So has BP or any of the 6 companies that have been awarded licenses for a feasibility study are contributing to any so-called genocide, as alleged by these protesters? And does Hamas not use any fossil fuels? Do Palestinians only use clean energy? And why are climate activists getting involved and joining with pro-Palestinians? How are the two causes connected? I don't understand. If anything, Israel's management of natural resources and care for the environment is amongst the best, if not the best, in the Middle East. If it wasn't because of Israel, most of the land between the river and the sea, which most pro-Palestine protesters can't even name when you ask them, wouldn't even be habitable. Why is it that the climate alarmists never protest against countries that really are responsible for environmental catastrophe, like China or Iran, as 2 of the biggest states that have caused massive pollution? Instead, they stop some poor motorists from going on a hospital appointment or taking their children to school. The truth is, when you have a shitty cause, when you have a cause that you are largely ignorant about, your protests become bizarre and pointless too. You pick on the wrong targets because you haven't done enough research. And you just piss off more people instead of attracting them to your cause.